Agriculture is an important part of the Serbian economy, as it is for most of the EU countries. When you travel around Serbia, you see how important the agricultural sector is for the local municipalities. It creates jobs and provides good and healthy products for the Serbian people. EU recognizes that. We want Serbia to prosper, and with our program assistance, we want to help where we can. As a European taxpayer, I'm proud to say that the EU in the past 20 years has donated more than 230 million euro for agriculture and food safety in Serbia. On top of that, EU also provides direct grants in the so-called EU pre-accession program to help farmers investing in new equipment and products. A farmer can get between 50 to 80% of their investment as grant from these funds. Grants for the next 5 years will be around 290 million euro. I'm aware that Serbia is not yet member of the EU, but this clearly shows that the EU wants Serbia in the family, and that Serbia already as a candidate country gets huge benefits from the EU. I would like to stress that the main goal of the EU partnership with Serbia is to assist hardworking and diligent Serbian people in their effort to make Serbian economy grow and advance. I'm so happy to see how the EU has supported this impressive factory here, Loom of Fruit, that produces anti-hail systems for the agricultural sector. When you see the production facility and all the concrete poles, it might be difficult to understand why it is so important for the agricultural sector. But as a negative impact of the climate change that we are facing, we see changes to the weather patterns. We see more extreme weather conditions with severe rain and hailstorm, which can be devastating for the crops. Just imagine a blueberry field after a hailstorm. The anti-hail system is vital to protect the crops from these weather conditions, as well as from insects and from the sun. Without this system, many Serbian farmers would suffer economically, and the grant from EU amounting to 20,000 euro has secured that Loom of Fruit has been able to use the latest technology to secure the most efficient product for farmers, and also, of course, to increase production and to create more jobs here in Serbia. Finally, let me also underline that Loom of Fruit is recognized also as a socially responsible company, as they have donated concrete pillars to strawberry plantations in the nearby surrounding. The EU is Serbia's most important trade partner, also in the agricultural sector. Around 60% of the Serbian agricultural products are directed to the EU, and over the last decade, Serbian agricultural export to the EU have tripled. To continue this positive trend, Serbia should continue to align its policies towards European standards, and also to modernize the sector, of course. I'm pleased to see that Serbia is taking serious steps in this direction. It is a process, of course, which takes time and it takes money. The EU is playing a very important role in helping Serbia in these efforts through its programs and its grants. Serbia's strong partnership with the EU will help to speed up the improvement and market development in the agricultural sector. But when we talk about the agricultural sector, it's also very important for me to underline that it's not only about the economy, it's also about the quality, the food that we eat. And the EU has some of the world's highest standards when we talk about food quality, sustainable farming, and methods for growing of agricultural products in general. And therefore, I think that the partnership between Serbia and EU in the end really will benefit both the EU and the Serbian people. Agriculture is the most important sector for the countryside. It secures around 20% of jobs, and it helps also the smaller municipalities increase its attractiveness, you can say. It prevents migration, and it secures the necessary services for everyone living there. But economic stability at the state level starts at the local level. When local farmers are supported to increase their production, when they are encouraged to invest and produce more, the effects will that also directly be felt at the national level and wider. Therefore, one of the EU's main objectives is to recognize a need for very concrete and practical solutions of small agricultural businesses in order to improve quality and quantity of their yield. I have now spent 2.5 years here in Serbia, and I'm very impressed with what I have seen in terms of partnership between Serbian companies and the EU. And I'm confident that this partnership will thrive and grow even stronger to the advantage of the EU and the Serbian people. Like Serbia, Denmark has agriculture in its DNA. For hundreds of years, the Danish economy was based on agriculture and fishery. Nowadays, of course, the economy in Denmark has changed, but we still have a very highly specialized and efficient agricultural sector. Since the 1990s, we have managed to increase our food production while at the same time decreasing CO2 emissions related to the food sector. Danish farmers have for many years worked on models for sustainable agricultural and food production. We have come far, but we are not there yet. We need to learn from each other, and we need to work together. This is why I'm happy to see how the partnership between Danish and Serbian agricultural experts, businesses and farmers has increased in the past years. It is also very important to point out that sustainable agriculture is not only an environmental question, but very much an economic one. Having a sustainable approach means that you invest in methods that both lower emission and your costs, while also at the same time you increase your output. I think that this is exactly that kind of innovative thinking that both Serbia and the EU countries need much more of.
Projekat implementacije programa počeo 2019. godine, kada smo shvatili da nam proizvodni kapaciteti i brzina isporuke nisu dovoljni. Tržište je imalo zahteve za većim količinama i za bržim isporukama. Onda smo se odlučili da ovo moramo unaprediti, odnosno povećati kapacitete i ubrzati isporuku. Brzo smo se konsolidovali, formirali budžet za implementaciju našeg projekta i naših proširenja, međutim određena sredstva su nam nedostajala. Preko, mogu reći, prijatelja kuće smo čuli za pomoć Evropske unije opštinama u razvoju za mikro i mala preduzeća. Kontaktirali smo EU Pro tim koji je zaista bio srdačan, izašao nam je u susret u svakom pogledu, dao nam je određene smernice, konkurisali smo za ove podsticaje, uz njihovu podršku i pomoć zaista smo sve jako brzo završili. Odgovor na ovo pitanje je zapravo sadržan negde u ovom prvom pitanju, odgovoru na prvo pitanje, zato što ono što nam je falilo bila je ta brzina rada. Samog proširenja, odnosno povećanje kapaciteta, bilo nam je nedovoljno ukoliko to ne možemo da izvedemo na brži način, tako da u slučaju da nije bilo ove pomoći i podrške EU Pro programa, morali bismo da radimo u 2 smene. Uz opremu koju su nam oni obezbedili, uspeli smo da sve svedemo na 1 smenu. Da budem potpuno iskren, ja ne bih izdvojio ni jednu posebno. Razlog tome je zato što u poslednjih 7 godina koliko poslujemo, učestvovali smo sa našim partnerima, firmama koje postavljaju protivgradne zaštite, protivkišne zaštite u, reći ćemo, bezbroj bezbroj domaćinstava, bezbroj firmi su sarađivali sa nama i to je za ovaj neki protekli period preko 6000 hektara koji su podignuti na naše zadovoljstvo i zadovoljstvo naših kupaca. Mislimo da jeste, da pratimo trendove. Uspeli smo ono najbolje što dolazi sa zapada da jako brzo implementiramo u Srbiji. Možda i dalje malo kaskamo, međutim jako brzo se dolazi do svih inovacija, tako da na naše tržište jako brzo sve stigne i jako brzo se primeni na poljima i poljoprivrednici su na kraju krajeva zadovoljni jer rade sa nama. Imamo jedan mali savjet, a to je da rade vredno, uporno, da se ne boje nikakvog izazova i da se bez oklevanja obrate EU Pro programu za određenu pomoć. Dobro će im doći.
Evropska unija i Serbija zajedno grade bolji život za sve građane. Stalo nam je do Evrope, stalo nam je do Srbije i njenih građana. Bolji smo zajedno.